What's up, everybody? I'm the Headless Giant, and we're back for another mailbag. Here's my co-host, Nick. Nick, tell them where they can find you.
What is up? What's going on, everybody? You can find me at the Occult Rejects podcast, BitChute, Rumble, and BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube. And just real quick, I do want to plug this. The 18th in Fort Myers, I'll be there. We have a booth. Me and Tyrone should be there, and Brooke will be there with her own booth, and she'll be speaking at Charlie's Beyond Belief in Fort Myers on the 18th. And another thing I just want to plug real quick to episodes that I'm doing. I got two different things that I'm working on for two other shows, but I will be recording it solo. So coming out before Halloween, I will have a vampire lore, which I think I will drop on Halloween. And I am doing a thing where I am showing the effects of most ritual incense and stuff, how it affects the 12 cranial nerves. So basically, what I'm trying to prove in that too is that a lot of this stuff that I think we attribute, these feelings that we attribute to these deities and these gods, is actual just the science of you inhaling those fucking herbs. So it should be actually pretty interesting. I think it might show there's a little bit more psychodrama and woo woo with some of that stuff and not actually understood science. So check out that one.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So we've also got an episode coming up tomorrow with Jules, which is, I forgot the guy's name.
Oh, yeah. Ania Saru or something like that.
Ania Saru.
Yeah, that's horrible. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this.
Right.
I remember the guy.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. Also, you can catch the trialogues on Sunday with Ethan and Ricardo.
Will he be there?
I hope so. We're gonna try and message him. See if we can
well, I'm like put you on the spot, but if he's not, let me know. I'll jump on if you want.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Sunday morning. So check that out. We've been doing afternoons, but it can be morning as well. Do you want to do your symbol first, or should I go first?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
My symbol first here. Did you pull it up?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we have the leontocephaline, something like that. I try to pronounce that. I don't know. It's a lion-headed, serpent-bound figure of the Mithraic mysteries. And what is it, real quick? Yeah, a winged lion-head figure whose human body is tightly coiled by a serpent. He often holds keys, sometimes also a scepter, and on some pieces bears zodiac signs on the torso or thighs. The best documented examples come from Mithraic temples and Roman collections. Two famous statues are the Ostea Antica piece, dedicated in the August 13th, 190 CE, and the ex Villa Albani statue now in the Vatican Museum. So we do have those that can be looked at. Again, when and where and when it appears. Between 2nd and 3rd century in the Roman Empire. Secure context, they place the type of here it says, because of the date on it, there is a 190 CE, so they assume that is probably one of the earlier ones of it, and that one was painted red. And the statue was set up by a Mithraic pater and two sacerdotes. I'm not exactly sure if I'm saying that correctly, but those would be people of like a Mithraic cult, kind of, or their own like church. Roman and closely related lion man found from Villa Albani, now the Vatican Museum. That is the one that has the 4 zodiac symbols carved on the body, and I do have other pictures which I can show. And then I guess like what to look at for iconic for the anatomy. Let me change the picture here. I think that might not actually be good. This one is a little bit different. Look at that one. All right, the head and wings. You get a roaring lion head, often 4 wings, whose panels can carry seasonal emblems, grapes, ears of grain, birds, or palms or reeds. The serpent typically is in 6 coils, wrapping the body. The serpent's head may rest near the lion's head. Scholars read the coils as time and cycle motive, maybe. Then sometimes there could be keys, like I said, and a scepter, sometimes a thunderbolt engraved on the chest. Objects of other gods appear at the base, sometimes a Vulcan's tongue, a hammer, Mercury's caduceus, or a cock, or a pine cone. And the zodiac again. The Vatican statue bears Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, tying the image to cosmic order and time. And I think that's kind of really it. There's other stuff, but I don't think it's
That's
really
so much stuff. You know, I mean, first off, right, you got the snake coiled around his body, a lot like the
Orphic egg.
the Orphic egg, and then what came out of it, which is Phanes or Phanes, right? And so Phanes had that snake wrapped around his body too. And also the snake and the lion is very similar to Crowley's depiction of the Abraxas,
Yeah.
right? So you've got that, and then you've got all these zodiac signs as well. So, man, there's just so much symbolism. Like they're really trying to go for something very specific here, and they've got all of the different elements to get there. It's really hard to know exactly what they were going for, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you know what's another? I just want to mention
You have to
too.
know the rights.
Ancient inscriptions rarely name the figure. A handful of Mithraic dedications address. This is interesting. Arimanius, or I can't pronounce the other one. Latinized Ahriman. I was actually kind of surprised, but those are on the altars. That's another thing too. Some of these names that they attribute to it, some people won't because it's on the altar and not actually on the thing itself. So they think maybe that could have been something inscribed on the altar for the altar and not for that. But they have said that name has come attributed to that too. And I've heard of Ahriman so many times and never with him. So it surprised me to hear that.
Right. So are we talking about the figure that was sort of this technological beast from
See, that's
the
that's what I thought. Ahriman was more of like technology, right?
right. It's interesting if that's related to the Vatican, there could be something in there, you know? That could be Ahriman, which is strange, but Ahriman was a deity from sort of the Iranian Mithraic kind of milieu. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they were Mithraic priests. Why wouldn't they use Ahriman as well? That was part of the Persian mythology. And it's got the Phrygian cap again. Right up on top of his head, I think. No,
Yeah,
that's a lizard.
Yeah. What a baby. Yeah.
He's got a lizard. And you've also got the tetramorph.
Oh, yeah, that's the snake's head. Duh. That's the snake's head from wrapping around it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the tetramorph is the angel you see inside the Catholic Church, right? That has the head of the bull, the head of the human, the head of the lion, and then the head of the eagle. That's kind of the tetramorph, and so
yeah, you even see that
really similar 4 wings.
And you even get that on like the tarot. You know how like you'll have the lion and some of those other things mixed on it.
Yeah, tetramorphic angel again.
Yeah, there's a lot in this in that thing. I think. A lot
Absolutely. Right. That's a really interesting symbol. I got to look into that more. Again, not named. I think that's kind of interesting.
You know, it's funny. When I was trying to find one, I came across it. I was like, I can't do this. I don't think it was the same thing that you've used. I gotta send it to you though. But I came across like some other god that's like associated with just big dicks. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Yo, it was like an airplane that looked like. I was just like, no, what?
The winged phallus.
It was ridiculous. I was just like, yo, like, how did you wear this? Like, literally, like, without laughing. Like, how did you take yourself serious making this shit?
It has the legs of a lion, right? The legs are kind of attached to the balls, right? It's jiggling around there. And it's got the wings on its back, and it was supposed to keep away the evil eye, right? There's actually depictions of this thing squirting into an eye. That's the evil eye, and that keeps away all the bad spirits or whatever.
That is amazing.
Right. And so that's called the Fascinus.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, it's very close
Fascinus.
to, it was very close to fascist. Yeah, I remember that.
That's where we get the fascist symbolism. It's the bundle of sticks or bundle of dicks, right?
Eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, fascinus is the root word for fascist. It's the root word for fascia. It's the root word for all that stuff. So fascinus is a very influential character. And this fascinus guy, they would hang it as a symbol of victory on their chariots. This is the world's first truck nuts. Fascinus hanging from a chariot. Yeah.
That is
A proud tradition carried on by proud whites to this day.
yeah, you're funny. Truck nuts. Yeah, it came from what the fuck? Wow.
Boom. This is my symbol right here. So these are called the 3 hairs. And I just really like it. I painted something very similar to this.
Yeah,
but
when I
didn't
saw that,
know.
I got it from this. I was like, yo, that's crazy. You're like, no, mine only had 2. And I was like, holy fuck, that's white. That's right.
Right. And so I didn't know that this was a motif until after I had painted that thing. It was almost like this found me. And so this is used in a distribution all throughout the Silk Road, right? This was found between 1000 BC and like 1300 AD as like the big cultural spread. And so the 3 hairs is sort of like this visual puzzle, right? So which ear belongs to which hair, and it all kind of blends in there together in the middle. And so it's kind of hard to understand where it starts and where it finishes. So the 3 hairs or the 3 rabbits is a circular motif appearing in sacred sites from China, the Middle East, and churches and synagogues of Europe, in particular those of Devon, England, as the tenor's rabbits. Used in architectural ornament, religious symbol, and in other modern works of art. A logo for ornament, including tattoos, jewelry, and a coat of arms on the escutcheon. Viewed as a puzzle, a visual challenge, it has been rendered as sculpture, drawing, and painting. The symbol features 3 hairs of rabbits chasing each other in a circle, like the triskelion, the triqueta, and their antecedents. The symbol of the 3 hairs is threefold rotational symmetry, each of the ears shared by 2 hairs, so that only 3 ears are shown. Although its meaning is apparently not explained in contemporary written sources from any of the medieval cultures where it is found, it is thought to have a range of symbolic or mystical associations with fertility, the lunar cycle. When used in Christian churches, it is presumed to be the symbol of the Trinity. Origins and original significance are uncertain as to the reasons why it appears in such diverse locations. Also got another bowl here. Right. But again, like this is a symbol without a lot of meaning, but you see these big concentrations of where they're found all the way up over into China. So right along that Silk Road. So they may not know what it means, but they kind of know what it symbolizes a little bit. And it had a big old distribution. So I think it's kind of an interesting thing. What do you think, Nick?
That blew me away when I saw it because I was like, "It looks like the shit you just painted." But no, I like it. You like the Triskelion type thing. And I think honestly, I feel like it makes sense where you're seeing it because I would probably be places that would maybe see other symbols like that. I mean, I think like in other countries you would have seen them more, but I mean, makes sense. I think maybe because of the type of beliefs in that area.
Well, I kind of compare it to that S. The comic S that everybody drew on their notebooks when they were a kid?
Yeah.
Right. So once you have these patterns and motifs down, like it becomes really easy to transfer them without even knowing what the significance of it is, What's interesting about that S is it kind of looks like a Kabbalah tree. You've got the whole motif like stuck in there. Well, in this, you've got the Trinity motif, and so it's almost like these things relate back to kind of an earlier sacred geometry, and the things that have the most relationship to that stuff really gets transferred on easily. So there was one plaque associated with this thing, which gives a little insight. It says, "The secret is not great when one knows it, but it is something to one who does it. Turn and turn again, and we will also turn, so that we give pleasure to each of you. And when we have turned, count our ears. It is there without any disguise. You will find a marvel." So it's kind of mysterious. Even the inscription is kind of mysterious.
You know what I did think was interesting about it too, like the rabbit symbolism too. That shit runs so deep, rabbit hole. But like I do think that is just a layered symbol, but I do wonder, like, is it, how like you'll see people put rabbit fingers up behind people's heads, like, or other things mentioned like with rabbits and occult symbolism. Is any of that like even with these symbols? You know what I'm saying? Is it even matching any stuff like that? Again, it's hard to explain. Like some like you see rabbit shit being used, like Macaulay Culkin wearing fucking rabbit outfits. You know what I'm saying? Is any of that going back to shit like this, or is there some like esoteric meaning that I don't know of that's like running, the line that runs through all this rabbit symbolism and even connects to that? So
we could do a whole episode on rabbits.
Yeah, right. That's
one of the things. Is this is how pregnancy tests used to be? Is they would inject the urine of a woman into I think it was the urine, maybe it was the blood, into a rabbit, and if the rabbit dies, it has an overflow of the progesterone, or the pregnancy hormone, that then shows that you're pregnant. So as an early warning, you can inject the rabbit, and then you'll find out if you're pregnant or not. And so you've got Aerosmith songs where he's like, when the rabbit done died, he's talking about his girl being pregnant.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's the old way of doing it.
That's wild.
That's brutal. So I got a story from Tara Jackson, one of our favorites.
Oh shit. All right, nice.
Okay, this is a weird one. I think out of the details, tell it to me 2 or 3 times my friend from Boston, and he was walking up the street one night to go meet somebody. It's a tree-lined street, but no sidewalks. Suburban, but lots of trees. He's walking by the trees. He passes a tree. As he's passing the tree, something steps out in front of the tree, looking like a nylon, like what we call Fortean or high strangeness, would call cloaking ability. So kind of like the what do they call it? The Glimmer Man. Also, the movie Predator, where he's just sort of shimmering in the.
I was
night.
thinking Predator, yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm tracking you now. I'm tracking this. It's a Predator out there.
Like the being stepped straight out of a tree, but it looked like the tree had said it stepped out and then turned once to face him because he was passing it. So all of it happened at the same time, and he continued to walk away from the tree, and the thing just stood there. Watching him continue down the street, as he walked down the street further, things keep popping out of the trees. Same entity or being stepped out, trying to face him, trying to continue further down the street. Beings are taking a step out of the tree and turn to face him as he continues down the street, but it's like the same being, although we can see all of the trees that something popped out of behind him still. The same time he's trying to figure out what's wrong, what's happening, what's going on, he thought maybe the guys he is going to meet up with were messing with him. The whole encounter was like 15-minute thing. Behind him, a row of trees with this entity still standing. But once he said that he thought it was the same thing, the one thing, multiple times, he's continuing down the road, walking, trying to figure it out. It's all the trees, and then it comes with the fire hydrant. The fire hydrant, same thing, is behind the fire hydrant. Watching him only looks like a gesture. In Boston, fire hydrants are white and red and the bean was white and red. It had a jester hat on, half white, half red. None of this was not malevolent, feeling like you didn't fear or scared of them, but scared of the situation. So I'm taking it, it's like a shimmery jester, which is kind of like the embodiment of the trickster archetype. Like you can't get any more trickster archetype than that.
Jester, yeah. It's fully engulfed that idea, the jester.
Right. And not only a jester, but an invisible jester, which is like, I mean, how do you get more trickster than that? I mean, what does he have to do? Like, right. It's obnoxiously trickster.
Yeah, right. You're like, fuck this thing. I don't even know what it is, and it's annoying the shit out of me.
Right. I mean, the only way it could be worse if it had like a clown face. And it still has that sort of clown energy. So that's kind of strange. I don't really associate clowns with Boston, but now I do.
Oh, what if we got any good clown stories out there from people?
Oh man,
creepy clown stories, creepy clown dreams. Oh,
wicked clown stories would be awesome.
That shit just creeps me out. Yeah,
I saw this one place where I deliver to is called Neilsville, and there's this, I guess, guy there who's obsessed with It. You know, Stephen King's It. So last year he put a red balloon and tied it around a sewer line, right? So, you know, it was a sewer grate, right? Yeah. So you see the balloon sticking up from out of the sewer. It's like, wow, that's pretty creative. And then this year, I'm driving by these houses and there's a kid with a balloon standing in front of the clown on this person's lawn. And I'm like, that's kind of a weird thing to glorify, you know, is like this child predator spider demon thing. You know, of all the things you could have out on Halloween, that's probably the worst, I think. A clown down a fucking sewer.
Yeah.
It just immediately.
So, like, I mean, I think technically in the book, didn't it? Like, I mean, it's actually, yeah, it's way worse than it was in the movie, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that book was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the red balloon is a symbol of war, says D.
Yo, did you ever watch Hellier?
Hellier. I listened to it.
Balloons around.
Right. I listened to it until they went so communist, I had to turn it off. Like, that was the second season.
So communist.
Well, you heard it.
What's funny is that, like, you know, believe it or not, at one point I really couldn't tell who the fuck was who. I just thought some people were weird and some people weren't. But once I started to like get the idea of like there's certain commonalities with certain fucking political parties, when I saw it again, I was like, yo, these motherfuckers got to be leftists.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if they're Nazis, I'd still think they're assholes. So, I mean, either one. But, you know, it's just, yeah, you were talking about the balloon, and, you know, they had their little balloon sightings that took them off and looking here and there. And then you have this Alan Greenfield, ex-OTO member, fucking spewing fucking stories, and the way they're invoking pain at the end. I'm like, oh, God, okay.
Yeah. I had to stop listening. It was so bad.
Yo, and so many people in the OTO or into Thelema like watched that shit.
Right? It was huge for a while, like for what, a good year?
Even like among the witchcraft community, it was known.
Right. And I think the LBL
checked that out, and I was like, it's all right.
Right. But they were pushing it hard. And in the LBL, like there's a lot of strange sightings. So that whole region, just, you know, Hellier, that, you know, part of Tennessee, is it Kentucky or Georgia? I forget. I know geography over in the Mediterranean, though. I can tell you about that. But I don't know U.S. geography, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, no, I'm really bad with that. Like, I wasn't exactly sure where Wisconsin was when you told me.
Right.
I thought you were a lot more south. I was like, oh, wait, you're not that far from Florida, right?
No, I'm across the lake from Michigan. So
I was like, oh, he's actually closer to me when I go get weed.
Yeah. I just need to grab a boat, and then I'll be there. But, I mean, Lake Michigan is so huge. it takes you 6 hours to drive around it to, complete that 1 hour journey by boat, you know? But I mean, the whole Great Lakes region is really mysterious. And I think a lot of people sleep on that because it's like, it's the Midwest, who cares? But really, the entire Midwest area is just crawling with mysteries that nobody's even touched yet. But,
Yeah,
you know,
there was some I don't know why. I think maybe because I've been looking at it more. I've been getting like hit with like accounts popping up that are like very on Instagram that are very specific to North Carolina. And like just the amount of like known haunted places and just like weird spots. I'm like, yo, there's a fuck ton of shit actually in fucking North Carolina.
yeah.
That's just like just actually impressive. I was like, I never would have realized there's so much shit out there, even locally.
Well,
Yeah,
the entire South
I
was,
think there was one place that someone has gone to. It's only an hour and 15 minutes away from me. That's been on TV. I forgot the name of the place. I'm like, fuck, that's over here.
well, the entire South having the history of the Great War and everything going on down there. I don't know if they actually hit Charlottesville with the Great Fire that he burned through the South. I forgot the name of the general, but he went all the way through Atlanta and just lit the place on fire wherever the Southern troops could reoccupy. So that was the whole point of like burning down the South. So in terms of haunted places, like I'd put the South on top of the list because it was just brutal during the Civil War.
Now they just do it in California.
Right. Same shit, dude. It's all the fires. I didn't put that together.
That is weird shit when you watch like certain things popping off. It's like, why is there also always these wildfires amongst it? I have wondered about that. I mean, even last two presidential runnings, we had wildfires pop up. Maybe even the last three. Just very weird.
Institute for Philosophical Research, the Manly P. Hall organization, burned down. That was during the last big California fire. They got rid of that. PRS.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Damn.
But he got all of his books out of there. He expected it. All of his books are now down in Florida.
I wonder.
So his entire collection is not in the Philosophical Research Society.
Yeah. Oh wow. Wonder if I should have.
That was a good choice.
Bring that up.
What's that?
So if I have Ronnie Pontiac on again, which I would like to bring on, I should have him. I should have him talk a little bit on that. I'm sure he knows about it because he was involved with Manly P. Hall's. He worked for him.
Yep. There's like an alchemical library in Florida that has like all of these amazing works that Manly P. Hall had in his vault that Ronnie Pontiac was working on that was all shipped down there before any of this fire shit happened. So it's weird. And the curator of this, I got to look up his name. He's like, knowledge wants to survive. And it's been surviving through these elites for years. And so these books, they kind of have a life of their own. And they were called here. And so people donated their shit because they know that this place is going to be safe. Safe from what? What are you talking about? It's weird. Is he saying that knowledge is sentient? Books are sentient? I mean, weirder shit has happened, but if you think about it, like there's an interplay between consciousness and the book itself and the written word.
Yeah.
There could be a lot more magic to these alchemical treatises than we think.
You start mind fucking the way that you even write and how light works. You start wondering what the fuck's going on with that. You're basically like smushing something. It's interesting.
Well, didn't they used to put spells on all of their scrolls?
Yeah.
Like they would have seals and like warnings and like you're not supposed to. So this could be a continuation of that, sort of like giving it semi-sentience to preserve itself throughout history, just in case anything happens to mankind.
That is an interesting thought. It's kind of bugged out, actually.
Right.
Perfect for being stoned right now.
Well, I think the gods kind of survive, It's like, if you think about it, all the gods are found in the written word. And so they're kind of surviving through our knowledge of them. And so they have to kind of continue to exist. So in
Yeah,
some
well, I feel
ways,
like
it kind of makes sense.
how do you kill a god? You forget about him. Stop talking
Right.
about him.
There you go. There you go. Well, this has been a great episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. And we'll
Sure.
see you again next time. When's your next date? The 18th?
Yes, the 18th, Fort Myers, Florida. Again, me and Tyrone will be there, and Brooke from Dark Florida and part of the Occult Rejects will be speaking, I think, from 11 to 11:45. And I will be filming it and be putting it out for her and the Occult Rejects. But yeah, definitely check it out. I think it's like $15-20 maybe for this one. If you're in the area, show up. There's a ton of booths there, a ton of other podcasts too. This one should be fun, and it's out of Masonic Hall. So, and the guy throwing it might be a Mason. So come check it
It
out.
might be. I just found out my landlord's purchasing the Masonic Hall down the street. I got to go through it. He's going to let me too.
You know what's crazy too? I was just like, yo, I can't get away from you, motherfuckers. The guy who threw that event, the last event, he was like going on how he's been a Rotarian for 30 years. I was like, yo, is everybody associated with the checkered floor that throws these fucking events?
They are.
Holy
Every
fuck.
one of them.
I'm just being serious, people. I don't know how many people are going to listen to this one, but I'm just so serious. From my experience, the old motherfuckers throwing these events are even involved in. It's just funny. It's just like, we don't got a shot. They're going to fucking tell us what they want us to believe, regardless, somehow, in some sort of fashion.
Right. But I
mean, there's some good stuff out there. There is good stuff and good people. Obviously, I have brought people on from these things, but it is interesting when you start seeing who's running them. And wow.
Think about the Shriner Circus. All the entertainment is run by these people.
You know, they're throwing that. People don't even fucking realize.
Right. Right. It's everything. And you can see it really starkly in Britain because all of the actors have to be Freemasons. Like that's kind of part of their union contract. So all the entertainment.
Even a thing that I noticed, like not for nothing, people I saw at the Comic Summit, there was that I knew were associated with certain groups, all ended up on Danny Jones.
Yep.
Like, interesting.
He's a brother. He's a brother.
Or,
well, I mean,
or if it wasn't him, it's Joe Rogan.
That's right. You think Joe Rogan's a Mason? He might be.
He's part of some club. Oh no, he was acting gay 20 years ago, and now it's a totally different fucking persona. So.
That's true. That's true.
You know, people would have catch him 20 years ago. He's walking around with fishnet fucking top and acting like a girl.
On news radio?
I don't know. Whatever he was doing. I've seen clips of him. I was like, you know, it's just if this guy was to be seen today, the people that worship him would be fucking shit talking to him. Or half of them would be. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a good episode. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you again next time.
Later.
Get those emails out there.